Coming up on Mountain News this morning, state leaders gather at a vaccine clinic in order to get their dose of the COVID booster. And a new shelter in one Kentucky city dedicates itself to help veterans in need here in the Commonwealth.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Oh, good morning to you. It's Wednesday. I'm Dakota Makris. It's just before 5 o'clock here. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at that forecast. And Brandon, another, I guess, a comfortable morning. Not too cold out there, not too bad. Honestly, I didn't even really pay that much attention, but I did notice it's not that too bad out there.
Yeah, exactly. We're looking at some 30s, 40s, and 50s as we head out the door. Calm right now, but again, that's going to be short-lived as we head deeper into the day. Let's take a look at our temperatures this morning. 37 in Jonesville, was in the 30s when I left the house in Letcher County as well. 55 in Wise, 43 Harlan and Hazard, 57 in Pikeville this morning, 59 in Monticello, almost 60s there. Actually, it is 61 in Logan, just noticed that there. So we're going to continue to watch that forecast as we head to the next few hours, but rain chances will pick up as we get deeper into the day, so keep that in mind. 70 our forecast high, but it'll be breezy too with winds out of the southwest gusting up to 25 miles per hour at times before that front moves in. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, we are tracking how long it took Kentucky to reach 10,000 COVID deaths. 1,000 Kentuckians died from the virus less than 200 days into the pandemic. We reached 6,000 deaths after a state backlog was released. The rate slowed down after hitting 7,000. But in the last couple months, the number sharply increased to 10,000. Yesterday was a big day for state leaders in Frankfort. Many got a COVID-19 booster, like Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman. She says she got the shot for her 21-month-old daughter, who cannot get a COVID vaccine. Health leaders said the quicker people get their vaccine, the faster the pandemic will end.
For myself as an elected leader, as someone who's taught in Kentucky schools for over a decade, as a mother, as a wife, it's really the least that we can do to protect all of our citizens.
Kentucky Supreme Court Justice Lawrence B. Van Meter also received his booster shot. Workers at the 3M plant in Harrison County protested a vaccine mandate yesterday. Some workers are upset with the company's requirement to get vaccinated or be fired. Now 3M is a federal contractor, so its employees do not have an option to opt for weekly testing. The deadline for vaccination is January 4th.
We want to come back to work. We want to do our jobs. But the mandate of vaccine and tell us what we have to put in our body just so we can make some Post-it notes and Scotch tape, that's not right.
Last week, Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron sued the Biden administration because of the vaccine mandate for federal contractors. A Floyd County woman and a recently retired nurse who worked in the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic won $200,000 yesterday. Now that there is the winning scratch-off ticket that the Eastern Kentucky woman won. And get this, she was just hours into her first day of retirement when she decided to get the $10 scratch-off ticket. Whew, what a win for her. Now she did wish to remain anonymous. A library is honoring a World War II veteran from Lee County. Woodrow Booth, known as Woody, died earlier this year at the age of 99. Some of his belongings are now on display in Covington, where he spent part of his life. Now, staff say they're honored for a chance to teach others about his service.
We're losing World War II veterans daily. I think the more we can learn from them, gather their stories, collect their artifacts and photos, the more we can use that to understand how we got where we are today.
Booth's Purple Heart is one of the artifacts on display at the library. You can also see his uniform, which was too small for the library's smallest mannequin. A new shelter in Lexington is helping those who served our country. The Mother Teresa Veterans Shelter was dedicated to the city yesterday. While the shelter was officially opened more than a month ago, it received its blessings from several religious leaders yesterday. Before the shelter was used, veterans would be housed in individual homes.
They can develop this sense of moving from homelessness to having a home with all the surround services that are more readily available in one location like this.
The shelter fluctuates between 6 and 8 veterans living there, but Director Jenny Ramsey hopes it can house 16 once the pandemic is over. The Daniel Boone National Forest is waiving fees at its recreation sites in honor of Veterans Day. The agency says the fee waiver today applies to all forest-operated recreation sites. There will be no fees for day use areas, including boat ramps at the Cave Run Lake and Laurel River Lake, as well as some shooting ranges, campgrounds, and trails. The day is free for everyone. Officials offer a special invitation for veterans and their families to visit the area. The 2021 Kentucky Kids County Data Book is out for the public to read. For more than 30 years, the county data allows readers and leaders to investigate areas in which Kentucky and its counties are making progress. It also helps leaders look into areas needing focused attention for improvement. Although state trends are looking good in some areas, the same cannot be said about minority groups living in Kentucky.
With Black and Latinx families disproportionately impacted by racially targeted housing and discriminatory practices are actually more likely to experience housing instability. This is highly aggravated by the pandemic that's going on.
I'm not the only young person who has been removed from a biological parent because of lack of community support. And with that being said, it is a pleasure being here today to express the importance of this data book release.
The publication highlights data in 4 domains of a child's well-being: economic security, education, health, and family and community. Well, thank you so much for getting your Thursday started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we come back, a program over in West Virginia aims to feed people in need with some help of general